This week, we're talking Dia de Muertos Pop-Tarts, Freeform's 31 Nights of Halloween lineup, Shudder's 61 Days of Halloween, Orange Tuesday, and more. This is This Week in Geek. Hi there, I'm Mike, and I'm the Hallows Geek, and welcome to This Week in Geek, my weekly series where I recap the top stories in Halloween and horror news from the last week. Well, it finally arrived this week. After months of waiting, Freeform finally unleashed its 2021 31 Nights of Halloween lineup. And while it was full of plenty of returning favorites like Hocus Pocus and the Addams Family, it also included a few surprises. Freeform is of course owned by Disney, and as you know, the media giant acquired 20th Century Fox a few years back, and in recent years that led to Freeform hosting the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror marathons as part of its 31 Nights of Halloween lineup. But this year they went a little bit deeper into the vault and pulled out a few surprises with the addition of Alien, its sequel Aliens, and then an inclusion of Family Guy Halloween episode marathons to go with the Simpsons marathon. And other new additions to 31 Nights of Halloween lineup that horror fans are going to be interested in include things like Jaws, Jaws 2, Jaws 3, the 2011 remake of Fright Night, and then of course you have those weird like what the fuck movies like Mrs. Doubtfire, the animated film Turbo, and X-Men First Class, just to, confuse things or whatever. But anyway, you can catch the full lineup over on this week's story on allhallowsgeek.com. 31 Nights of Halloween, of course, kicks off October 1st. And for those of you looking for a bit more adult Halloween fun, Shudder also announced its Halloween program lineup this week with the return of 61 Days of Halloween. Its slate of new movie premieres, original series debuts, and specials kicked off on Wednesday and will run through Halloween. This year's highlights include a new Halloween special with Joe Bob Briggs, a new edition of Shudder's Ghoul Log, a 24/7 streaming jack-o'-lantern, and the return of Shudder's Halloween Hotline, where members can receive live personalized movie recommendations from Shudder's head curator, Samuel Zimmerman. The premier streaming platform is also adding a ton of horror film favorites to its library in September and October, including Carrie, Poltergeist, Phantasm, Motel Hell, Night of the Demons, and more. But this is just the start. Shudder said more Halloween specials will be announced in the coming weeks. And so to get a full overview of what's been announced so far for 61 Days of Halloween, check out my article over on allhallowsgeek.com. And speaking of horror favorites, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, is set to release her new book, Yours Cruelly, Elvira, Memoirs of the Mistress of the Dark, later this month. And Barnes & Noble is hosting a special virtual event where Cassandra Peterson, aka Elvira, will talk about the book. But the cool thing about this is admission to the event doesn't just get you an opportunity to hear more about the book straight from the Mistress of the Dark herself, it also scores you a copy of the book and a signed bookplate. The event will take place on the evening of the book's release, with the package costing only $36.54 plus, tax, shipping, all that. And the only downside is that the book won't ship until after the event. But if you can wait a couple of weeks for the book, this sounds like a pretty cool opportunity. In fact, I canceled my pre-order from Amazon just so I could attend the event and get the signed bookplate. So if you dig Elvira and she's a favorite of yours like mine, definitely check it out. Alright, so show of hands now, who still shops at Hot Topic? Don't deny it, your inner goth or emo teen still loves to browse when you're at the mall, even if things are a bit more vibrant and pop culture skewed these days. But this week, Hot Topic unleashed its new Halloween clothing collection, which features plenty of orange and black to go around. The new collection filled with plaid and pumpkins is available now in sizes extra small through plus size 5, and highlights from the collection include this black and orange pumpkin dress, pumpkin button pleated skirt, orange plaid skirtall, and this orange and black rib cage tee. Other highlights in the collection include an orange and black jack-o'-lantern t-shirt dress, a pumpkin face crop tee, and this soon-to-be-released spirit board top. So to see more from the collection, definitely head over to allhallowsgeek.com, or of course you can swing by Hot Topic's website and browse it for yourself. But I did collect kind of the highlights from the collection over on the site. And while we're on the subject of shopping, let's talk a bit about Orange Tuesday. What's Orange Tuesday, you say? Well, according to HalloweenCostumes.com, it's the day you're supposed to start planning and decorating for Halloween, and it happens to be the day after Labor Day. So to celebrate, they're having an Orange Tuesday sale all day on September 7th, where you can save 20% off site-wide on all purchases, including sale and clearance items, and the only thing you can't get really are pre-order products at that discount, which means you can save on everything from Halloween decor and costumes to those awesome Halloween sweaters I shared last week, I guess just not the ones that are up for pre-order. So on Tuesday, head over to HalloweenCostumes.com and stock up, and if you want to help an All Hallows geek out, use my link in the description below when you do, and I'll get a little kickback as a HalloweenCostumes.com affiliate. I know I've mentioned this before, but I really appreciate it. Kind of help the site and videos keep going. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen a post of mine from Walmart this week where I shared a pair of inflatables for your car called Car Buddies. The car-only inflatables were of Pennywise and Beetlejuice, and the concept was kind of new to me. I'd never seen it before. But funny enough, after posting that, Jemmy, the maker of the Car Buddies, officially announced the new inflatables as Walmart exclusives, with a third exclusive announced, the Sandworm from Beetlejuice, which is available from Seasons Inflatables. So the Jemmy Industries air-blown inflatable Car Buddy self-inflates in seconds and lights up with a bright, energy-efficient LED, and it includes a 12-volt plug-in adapter, and it fits securely in your passenger seat. So in addition to the Warner Brothers characters, they actually have a Witch and a Reaper Car Buddy, which you can get from Big Lots or Seasons Inflatables. So if that's your thing, if you're having a parade, if you're trunk-or-treating, definitely go check those out. And shifting from Halloween for a moment to talk a bit about Dia de los Muertos, Kellogg's unveiled this week its new limited edition Dia de Muertos Pop-Tarts. So in celebration of the Day of the Dead holiday, Pop-Tarts is releasing a limited edition box including 9 all-new printed fun designs. The limited edition box and designs were created in partnership with Pop-Tarts and Kellogg's OLA, Latina Business Employee Resource Group, to respect the tradition of the celebration, which originated in Mexico and honors the life of loved ones who have passed. So the new Pop-Tarts will begin hitting store shelves this month and are actually frosted chocolatey churro flavors. So those have been released before, but these are all new designs. Definitely check them out. Try and find them on store shelves soon. And so while toy news was light this week, Mezco Toys did open pre-orders for a new figure that fans of the Alien franchise are sure to be excited about. So this week, Mezco unveiled its new 112 Collective Alien figure inspired by the Xenomorph in the 1979 film. But what's cool and kind of unique about this new figure is that Mezco has actually created an all-new seamless body design that's fully articulated, but it hides the internal skeleton armature. So really, you're just not going to see all the bendy parts. And another cool aspect of this is that the figure has an accessory of a coiled face hugger that'll fit over the heads of most other 112 Collective figures. So if you have any of the other Mezco figures, you can slap a face hugger on them. The new figure is available for pre-order now wherever you buy Mezco Toys, and it's expected to begin shipping in March of next year. And finally this week, we got some exciting news about The Walking Dead World Beyond. During the show's Comic-Con at Home panel in July, we learned that somehow the second and final season of the limited run series would tie together the 3 shows in the Walking Dead universe. And on Thursday, AMC announced that Pollyanna McIntosh would be joining the cast of the series for its second season and reprise the role of Jadis from The Walking Dead. So meaning that the character is at least part of this connective tissue that will tie the shows together despite being years apart in the Walking Dead timeline. Now, according to series co-creator Scott Gimple, the character will be a big part of connecting the CRM and the 3 Circles mythology that's been seen throughout the 3 series of The Walking Dead. So it'll be cool to see how this all ties together. And then The Walking Dead World Beyond Season 2 will actually premiere on AMC on October 3rd. Of course, if you have AMC Plus, you can catch those episodes a week early. And finally, before we go, there was one more story I wanted to touch on. So last Halloween was a rough one with the pandemic raging. Obviously this year we're facing the rise of the Delta variant, along with the fact that Halloween falls on a Sunday. However, this week the National Confectioners Association shared some data that sheds a bit of a positive light on Halloween 2021. So according to a survey conducted on the behalf of the association, 80% of Americans plan to trick or treat in 2021. And in contrast, only about 50% of respondents plan to trick or treat when a similar survey was conducted last year. Additionally, 82% of people said they are confident they will find safe and creative ways to celebrate the Halloween season this year, as opposed to just 63% last year. And in all, 82% of people and 93% of young parents plan to celebrate Halloween this year, which is a huge win for Halloween. Outside the world of Halloween and horror news, this week's news cycle has been shit. So hopefully this brings you a bit of joy knowing that there's still hope for some normalcy this Halloween season. That's it for this week, you guys. As always, if you enjoyed this week's video, give it a like, leave me a comment, or better yet, subscribe to make sure you always get your weekly dose of Eek. For more information on any of this week's top stories, you'll find links to the full coverage over on allhallowsgeek.com down in the description below. Until next time, keep it creepy.